mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw, it's Harrison. He finds his man. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Jones. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Wide out in motion. Looking for space. It's Foster. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd down.
Off play action. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hawkins. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. It's a draw. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back goes in motion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he ends up taking a safety.
Oh, and those are one of those plays where you just start scratching your head and you're like, wait a minute, you're going the wrong way. It was a nice interception, but you can tell lost his bearings, lost his compass, lost his mind, whatever he lost, and he goes the wrong way. I promise you, all week that will be shown in the defensive meeting rooms, and they will be laughing and pointing and making fun of the young man for going the wrong direction.
Wide receiver shows motion. Give to the running back. At the 45 on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They'll give it to him again. Got room at the 35. Can anyone catch him? And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia State.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
Marshall, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Thundering Herd offense takes the field. It's our first look at them in this one. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Oh, man, thought he had the interception, but the official rules gained too much of an advantage, so wave off the turnover, give up the yardage, it'll be first down. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Oh, what a move! Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Now 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Pennington. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Let's go! He wants to throw it again. Moves away as he feels pressure. That's caught. It's Turner. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
To the ground to try to move the chains. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Georgia State has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stevens. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Right back to the well. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Back to throw, it's Harrison. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing in that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. He's got it. Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. Release to the back. He got it. They will score. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that player.
Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pitting their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. But a nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody...
It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. And the pass falls incomplete on the fake field goal, and I'm not sure they'll go back to that one again. It's nice to be a riverboat gambler and all, but man, oh man, when it goes against you, it can be ugly. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
It's 2nd down.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Harrison. Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And they can't make the connection.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Spits it out to the back. Quick completion on the out route. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. To the air, it's Harrison. Got him downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got a man, it's Ogden. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
It's now 2nd down.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
He's going to pass. Fires left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw. It's Harrison. It's complete to the right. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to pass. He makes a grab. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback...
Oh, picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they are working with a short field from the 36.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that and checked it down or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather right now. He's got to collect himself.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Back to pass, it's Harrison. Makes his connection. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
It's complete to the left. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And that is no good. And they miss the opportunity to draw closer, still down by 5. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Unloads it left. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Yeah, and these halfbacks, man, they're wide receivers now. They do so much work in practice now with the wide receiver group, and you could see it there. Sells like he's going outside, sticks his foot in the ground, angles to the middle of the field. Quarterback finds him for the first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Pennington. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you got to be careful on offense when you're dialing up the screens. You want to do them on obvious passing situations. When you're anticipating the DNs really racing up the field, they didn't have it set up that time.
It's caught along the sidelines, but he's out of bounds. Would have had the first down if he could have stayed in the field of play.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there, and he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
Fires to the middle. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Holds it in. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Steps to his left, out of the pocket.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
He'll try to do it himself. And he's running in the open. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They'll send out the kicker here. Right down the boulevard. It's good. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing. And the ball is picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Dropping back, it's Pennington. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Marshall! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight?
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a...
Nothing but green ahead. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. From the gun, looking for a man. Fires into the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
Using his legs, it's Turner. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be first down for this offense. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Back to throw, it's Pennington. Fires to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Got it in the middle, it's Hawkins. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains, it's first down at the 27. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Panthers are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Pocket starts to collapse. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Marshall will be forced to punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the wind.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Looking to throw, it's Harrison. Fires to the middle. It's caught. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Trying to find his man on first down. Get it out on the screen. He breaks a tackle. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
Brings up second down.
He's back to throw on second down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. On third down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Finds his tight end. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The fourth down try goes awry, and that might just do it. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock